My name is Ken Swain. I've lived in Sandy Hook for 35 years. At least 3 of the slain children shared the same school bus that was once my children's school bus. There's no one in Newtown that was not untouched by this tragedy. A tragedy that I believe was entirely preventable under the 1994 assault weapons ban that was deplorably allowed to expire in 2004. Somehow we've become the political pawns of special interest groups, the gun industry, the NRA, the NSSF, who's a mile away from here. And we need to protect our children and our populace. Some weapons should only be in the hands of the trained military or law enforcement, not the general public. The AR-15 platform weapons, as used in the Sandy Hook massacre, were indeed designed as military weapons. The significant difference between the law enforcement civilian version and the military version is its rate of fire. You have incredibly fast or extremely fast. The ammo is the same. The ammo, as described by 4-star General McChrystal, is designed to be, in his words, particularly devastating to the human body and should not be in civilian hands. When he was asked what should be done, the general replied, and I quote, "We need to take a very mature look at that. We have to look at legislation." Mayors and police chiefs across the United States agree. Stronger decisive measures are needed. They're tired of being outgunned. I would hope that you would all revisit Chief Keogh's remarks here today. He had strong views on what should be done. I applaud everything that he said, and you need to pay attention to it as well. The nation is being bullied by the NRA and the NSSF, what I call pathetic insistence that our founding fathers actually wanted us all to be armed with military-style weapons so that we could defend ourselves at home, at the mall, at the theater, and at school. The availability of weapons like this only empowers those that should not have them and would not react unless they were empowered by those weapons. The NRA's ridiculous stance that we have no choice but to arm ourselves against the bad guys is ridiculous. When I was 12, I might have agreed to go after the bad guys with my Daisy BB gun, but I've grown up. 26 and 7-year-old children from this town will never grow up because the AR-15 military-style weapon was, again, deemed legal. It occurred to me tonight listening, let me point out, Adam Lanza apparently was very familiar with his Bushmaster rifle. So he was trained. You don't learn to do this in your backyard, so he apparently had access to a range. The ranges are all NRA certified, I believe, or they're certainly members of the NRA, as are the instructors. NRA certified instructors are training children to use these rifles. The NRA should be accountable for this as well. They are responsible.
If you could please conclude.
I'll conclude. Our founding fathers must be appalled by our modern ability to confound the simple statement of the Second Amendment. The words well-regulated militia are lost in the gun frenzy. The NRA abuses the Second Amendment. Poorly regulated firearms have become a threat in everyday American life. That's why we're here. Sorry, I lost my place. There is no other way to say it, but guns are out of control. That certainly is not what the Founding Fathers wanted. I'm personally alarmed at on Monday, how many people stood up and said that they were ready to shoot to kill the bad guys. You spent hours listening to that rhetoric. That's alarming. And how many were ready to stand up with their AR-15s against the government.
Thank you. I think we need to conclude.
You need to move us off of the chessboard. I think you know what it is that needs to be done. You need to just do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Swain. Lisa Swartz.